With Boxmeister ready, we're getting right into Hamtaro Hamster Unite. Give it away.
So, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I just woke up, so I'm ready. So let me show you this adorable game filled with hamsters. So let's get into it. Can I get a countdown? Three, two, one, go. So this game. We're playing as Hamtaro. You may or may not know the cartoon. We don't have a name, I think. No naming incentive, so I'll just stick with H. It's fine. If it's anything different, then I'll hear it from you, and I'll restart real quick. So in this game, you're tasked with collecting your friends from the clubhouse. And this game is all about several things. The first one is hamchats. Hamchats. These hamsters, for some words, have their own speak or language. Hamchats. And you'll be collecting words across the game. It allows you to do several actions, such as saying hello here. And every time you collect a word, you write it down in your notebook. VB cancel out of it, because if you mash A there, you'll trigger the animation again. Which is obviously less optimal. Attack in order to roll against things and knock them out of poles, trees, or whatever. If dig many words, and with many words you can do many things. You can either interact with objects or interact with other hamsters. Whoops. I overmeshed it a little bit there. There we go. Across the game, my route, this category, any percent consists of collecting all your hamster friends and getting to the first set of credits. For that, I'll be picking up very specific hamchats. There's also a category that collects all the hamchats, or even collects all the hamchats and songs in this game, because you can dance to songs. You can animate the dance with the very many hamchats you collect. I won't be doing that. I will just be collecting the bare minimum in order to collect every hamster. And the first four are just for a tutorial. Those are the ones you can always use. Other hamchats are conversation options in specific cases. So, with the hamchat tutorial out of the way, we get a little tour around the clubhouse, the area where the hamsters will be staying when you collect them, which is behind the blue door. The map showing where everyone is inside. And finally the exit to go out in the to the world and collect our ham friends. So the first place we'll be going to is Acorn Shrine. Acorn Shrine is all about acorns. Acorns you can trade in for 20 sunflower seeds each, and the sunflower seeds in this game are your currency. You can buy things such as outfits, many things. So the route I'll be taking in terms of sunflower seeds, is very specific. Just for safety, I'll opt to go for an extra acorn instead of however a certain thing goes well, I don't need to pick up any extra seeds, and I selected the wrong option there. That's fine. So, because we want to climb this tree, this is one of the word Hamchat's boss wrote in our vocabulary after the initial 4. And our second acorn. We'll be picking up one more acorn, and so we'll be trading them for 60 seeds total. In this area, we'll also be picking up several hamchats. There's also many small side quests in this game. For example, you see this pink hamster over there who's in love with another hamster, and another hamster who's in love with the pink hamster, and well, you have to give a love letter, all that stuff. We won't be doing that. We'll be picking up very specific hamchats, such as this one, the Kuchiku. We need it several times. The animations are really adorable in this game, and it's in general the Hamtaro games are great RPGs. Collecting stuff, interacting with other hams, walking around. They are really enjoyable. They're really easy. There's no RNG in this game, for example, so it's all execution. And the first, I haven't mentioned Bijou, the white girl hamster over there. She's the first of our friends we're gonna collect. And she kinda has a crush on our protagonist. So it's adorable. There are a couple more Hamtaro games for the GBA. These are also really great games. I can recommend them for at least for a casual playthrough, because they're downright adorable. So with this hamster here, we just trade over the sunflower seeds. Unfortunately, the process of trading is a little bit long because you physically see the acorns disappear from your menu, and the sunflower seeds appear. I have to reset the screen for every acorn. Luckily, you can mash through the text rather easily just by holding B and mashing A. B makes the text scroll at the fastest speed, and A is to advance the text. It's not, you don't need to mash as much as you would, but obviously for if you want to go fast, you need to mash quite a bit. So after this acorn trading sequence is done, we'll go collecting Bijou. She's doing a little bit of a cat and mouse chase with us, running away from us for a bit. She just wants to play. It's really innocent. Luckily, she's heading into a dead end over here, so that means that we can get her. First, we'll roll against this tree, and she gets scared by the spiders. Oops. I overmatched a little bit. But she dropped, if you talk to her now, she says that, it's fine, but I've dropped my rock, but we can drop the rock beforehand, then apologize, and then get everything at once, and pick her up for the clubhouse. So yeah, the premise is that we have to collect our friends because Boss, the big hamster in the beginning, wants to show us something to us all. So, with this hamchats, we have collected Bijou. Those animations keep on being adorable. Yeah, each time you collect the first several hams you collect, you get new information on the other hams. All areas you visit outside of the clubhouse have at least 2 hamsters to collect. So we'll be returning to Acorn Shrine once again to collect our second ham. But first we need another hamchat in order to pick him up. So this hamster wants to play by jumping across the railing. We'll follow him, but unfortunately we trip and fell. Looking a little bit goofy in the process. And there's no problem, as you can see with the hamchats. We'll just don't worry, we'll be fine. That's the only additional hamchat we need to pick up in order to get our second ham, which we'll be meeting soon. We'll be picking up sunflower seeds for the currency route, I guess. Seed routing, I should call it. In order to meet the second ham, we need to do a good job on this wall. So if tackling the wall twice breaks the ceiling, and this ham is on top of the ceiling trying to greet us, but he falls through, and he's the second ham. Maxwell. Maxwell is a bit of a bookish person, likes to read. He's very smart, but he's a bit embarrassed by falling through the ceiling. But we try to cheer him up, but succeed by being a little bit clumsy. Each ham teaches us a new word. So with these words, Maxwell will join us, and we get another get animation. So with this, we're done with the Acorn Shrine for this run, and we'll be heading towards the next area. Whoops. So we'll be going to Sunflower Park. Sunflower Park has these playground apparatus like a slide, swing. You saw Oxnard in that screen, and I forgot about this tile. Oxnard is the next hamster we'll collect. Whoops. But first we need this single ham chat over here. This hamster is playing hide and seek, but he wondered if they gave up looking on them. And I need to give up ham chats in order to get Oxnard. This time I'll make sure to dodge the towel. So let's see what Oxnard's problem is, because he seems a little bit sad. He lost his precious sunflower seeds, oh dear lord. And he wants us to help look for it. So you could dig in all of these spots, but it won't work. We need to dig in at least one of them to trigger this menu. We tell him, just give up, you lost your seeds. But he's still sad. He's sad and he doesn't want to give up. So he starts throwing a tantrum, and it turns out that this special seed was below him all along. So Oxnard got the seed, and he joins us back to the clubhouse. So 3 hamsters down. 10 more to go, I think if I counted correctly. And after Oxnard we get some new information, new locations to visit. The route we're doing is optimal since we also need very specific ham chats in order to pick up several hamsters. So that's why we're doing the route as it currently is. And it also is one of the most efficient in menuing between the locations. Not much location menuing needs to be done, but a little bit in order to make everything go smoothly. So before we can pick up our next ham, we need some specific ham chats. So once again, he's looking for his pet cricket, I think. This hamster. We say it's cute, and he says that the cricket is his pal. Hamo is a word we definitely need to pick up a later ham. And he gives us a cucumber to collect the crickets. We won't be collecting the crickets, there's no need to. You can collect it in order to get a extra song and ham chat, I think. It's been a while since I did all ham chats casually, so I'm not completely sure. This climbing rack has a gimmick there where you turn at every rung of the ladder. So if you climb the second pole, then you'll get to our next ham, Pashmina. Pashmina is this ham wearing a scarf, but her scarf blows away is blown away by the wind. So we'll try to get it back. It'll take a little bit of climbing on the pole right next to it. I will see that her scarf was actually caught by this crow. So we just say, "Oh no," against this crow, and the crow starts laughing, drops the scarf. He considers us his friend, and Hamo would say is a friend, but we call it bathroom because it's the fastest to mash through with gulp, more or less. Whenever you stand on specific spots and say gulp, the crow will pick you up. We don't have a need for it in this category. However, if you would do all ham chats, you would go back and forth between the areas, so that would make the crow a bit more. The crow would make that a bit more efficient. So we got Pashmina's scarf back, and she's very happy. She says, "We're the best, fantastic," and joins us back to the clubhouse. So, another ham gets. And with that, we're also done in Sunflower Park. We'll get our last bit of info right now, I think. Yeah. Sky Garden and Sunflower Market. So with this, all the relevant areas are unlocked. But we'll be going to ruins next. The first ham we pick up in ruins is relatively easy. The second one requires a little bit more skill, I would say. And that's also one of the reasons I picked up the extra acorn, in order to be sure to get enough sunflower seeds to do several attempts if I fail the first one. It's just for safety, and not much slower, so it works out fine. So, right on top of this cuckoo clock, there's this area, and there's a pool on top of this tire over here. And then on this pool we see one of our ham pals playing with a frog. She's Penelope. Penelope is a very young hamster, and she is the most adorable out of all of them, I would have to say. Cause she can't talk very properly, so all you hear her say is "oh cute, oh cute." It's amazing. Whoops, I overmeshed a little bit there. But well, the frog has been safe keeping her, but once we say we're her friend, he'll hand her over to us. One of the adorable ham chats Penelope says here. By Q, she's adorable, and she always wearing the blanket, except for the animation where you get her to join you back to the clubhouse, right here. Little peek under the blankets. Pashmina acts as a bit of an elder sister figure to Penelope, so she was a little bit worried about her. I'm surprised she didn't went looking for Penelope herself. Well, with this we get another ham chat. This ham chat is relatively useless, we won't use it during this run. And Penelope starts playing by jumping on the bed. It's adorable. So the next ham we collect in ruins is Cappy. We already saw him earlier when he was the hamster with the green cap. He was looking for Penelope. He's the next one to collect. However, it's one of the more lengthy hams to collect, I would have to say. And we have to trigger this. There's a sink falling down this TV every time you hit the button. Whoops. It's relatively easy to overmesh in this game, as you see. Yeah, a really big sink fell, but first we're gonna talk to Mr. Frog here. the frog who was safeguarding Penelope, and he can predict the rain by smelling moisture in the air, and he's gonna teach that to us. So, we'll try to smell moisture in the air. And he gives us the badge, the frog badge. We need to get this badge in order to progress in this area. And just for his goodness sake, we'll try to get another thing to fall. However, this time it falls on the other side. And this old grumpy ham got hit. And he feels very uncool about it. We need this ham chat in a couple of places, so it's definitely required to collect this one. It's also required to trigger the cuckoo clock dance, so does anyone in the audience like the bolero? Because here we go. I would say the dance was very adorable, and we'll learn our next ham chat, the Tada one. Which always looked a little bit questionable to me, but it's an innocent game. Really. Fun fact, you can trigger this dance cutscene again, and after the next time she gets really tired of us trying to trigger it until she tells us to stop and gives us the bolero song. That would be relevant for all songs, all ham chats, which is the 100% category. But we won't be going for it right now, obviously. This hamster is in front of this passageway, and the fastest way for us would be to go through there, but he's blocking it, so we have to work our way around it. We'll see if we can get this elevator to work over here, and it's been done by this really strong hamster over here.
Box, do we have time for a donation?
Go ahead.
So, can I get hype in the crowd? Because we have a 150 euro donation by Cruel. Saying, hi guys, I think it's high time I dropped a big one. This is my first annual as head organizer, and so far it's been an absolute blast. Meme Day has been great so far, and I'm sure there are many more great memes to come. Shout out to all of the crew for helping me make this happen. Money goes to the Kirby and the Amazing Mirror 100% incentive, since that just needs to happen. Thanks for that really gracious donation, Cruel.
Yeah, really generous. So, did I mention that Hamtaro is a mean hamster? This poor hamster falling down because of us. And then we just knock him down because he's in our way, obviously. But then he feels bad about it, actually. So, we got this frog badge predicting the weather just because we need to get through this building here. But unfortunately, there's a picnic on top of it. But she asks us to predict the weather, so we smell the moisture in the air. And we can say that rain clouds are approaching. So what kind of weather is that? Well, it's very uncool. So they'll pack up and leave. Because they don't want to get wet. They'll move to a different area, but we won't be seeing them again during this run. So they pack up their stuff very efficiently. And there they go. So, let's get through and into the next area where Cappy will be located. We get down into the TACU bowling game. TACU bowling game is the reason I picked up extra seats. It's 3 seats per attempt. And well, if I mess up, because it says it's the same timing every time, but I'll have to do additional attempts. So Cappy's been enthralled by this Shogun wig you can win in the bowling game. And he doesn't want to come with us, as you can see in this failed animation. So we're gonna go win it. Win this thing. So I want a little bit of concentration time here. Because I just need to do this the right way. So here we go. Nice. That's the game. If you're off with the timing, you miss the big points one, and you need to be in a specific point range in order to get the Shogun Wig. So now we have the Shogun Wig, we can collect Cappy here. We'll give him the Shogun Wig as a present, and he's really thankful towards us. And he'll join us back to the clubhouse at last. So with this we're roughly halfway done, I would have to say. Cappy is arguably the longest hamster to collect. And from here on out, it's just a matter of straight up collecting the hams as quickly as we can. Because the Tech bowling game is the only thing that can really go wrong, but the timing is very lenient. The extra sunflower seeds are just as a safety measure. So we will be going to the supermarket, and in the supermarket we find our next, not one but two hamsters. This is Howdy and Dexter. Howdy and Dexter are a bit in a rivalry for Pashmina, the hamster with the scarf. Howdy is a bit of a pun hamster. Dexter is a bit of a bookish hamster as well. I kind of have to say that Howdy is a bit of a spirit animal to me. Yeah, they are fighting and they're trying to give Pashmin the best gift they can. There is a split. You can do this segment in two ways. You can either go to Howdy first or go to Dexter first. The story progresses differently depending on which you choose, but it's for the speedrun it's definitely faster to go to Dexter first. And Dexter is making a ice sculpture of Pashmina. Really going at it on his craft. And he wants us to spy on Howdy. On his rival, this Hamspar. So, let's check what Howdy is actually doing. Because Howdy went into the opposite direction. We'll be meeting that white ham later. It turns out that Howdy's actually at the cash register. So we'll be climbing up this scanner. Because he's digging inside the cash register for a gift. So what does he want to give to Mina? Well, it's a coin, I can tell you. And he doesn't want to play. Shoutouts to Bob Mason Mark for that animation. And also shoutouts to Initial D, which will be happening later today. And Howdy's a bit disappointed in us that Dexter sent us to spy on him. But he wants us to spy again on him, so we'll be trying to go back to Dexter. Depending on the scenario you choose, either Dexter or Howdy gets into trouble. Dexter gets frozen solid. Howdy gets if you right now. If you would go to Howdy first, then Howdy would get stuck in the cash register. So we'll be recruiting Howdy's help. He has found a shiny coin to give to Pashmina, but well, even though he doesn't care to admit, he actually doesn't want anything terrible to happen to Dexter either. So he's gonna drop the coin and go help Dexter. So In order to complete this side quest, you need an item. To unfreeze Dexter, you need the heat patch. If you would want to get Howdy Unstuck from the cash register in the other scenario, you would need the striped sticker, and they're also sold by this Hamswap hamster, and he's just ripping you off with 9,999 seeds asked for his wares, which is way too much, honestly. I need to be careful not to select Flugo here because that cost me sunflower seeds, and I am actually on a not so lenient, not a little bit lenient, but not too lenient sunflower seed route. So poor Dexter, he's a bit frozen. So how are we going to get out of them? Well, we're first gonna suggest that we'll bite the ice away. So Howdy's gonna try that. Not gonna succeed at it. But he remembers that the vendor was selling a heat patch, but it's way too expensive. So he wants us to go look for some stuff on this hamster in order to sell him for less. And we're gonna get to that because you noticed the reporter girl with the reporter ham with the camera earlier. She looks a bit sad. Well, you can talk to her to find out, but I know from experience that she lost her bag with all her scoops and that kind of stuff, and it actually got stuck on his bike over here. So let's go pick that up and return it to its rightful owner. Sunflower Market is a somewhat lengthy section all in all, but you get 2 hams for the price of 1, so it's generally fine. And the reporter hamster is very grateful to us, and he gives us the scoop on the vendor, which Howdy will use to pressure him into selling his wares for less. And we also get another ham chat. And this is also a good check to see if I'm on the right ham chat route and haven't skipped any important ones, because I always will be on 35 ham chats over here in the any percent route. The reporter hamster is a little bit of klutz, but he helped us, he or she helped us considerably. So let's return to Howdy with the scoop that we found. And Howdy will put the pressure on the vendor. So let's get that heat patch in order to thaw out Dexter. So he'll drop the prices from 9,999 to a mere 10 sunflower seeds. It's a bit of a shame that Howdy doesn't buy the heat patch himself, because that would save us a bit on the sunflower seed routing. So I still need to be careful not to select the wrong ones. My seed route is, I can afford to select the wrong option once, but I really don't want that to happen. So I would need to pick up an extra sunflower seed. It is on the way, but generally still a time loss if I would have to put that one up. So let's thaw out Dexter. We got the heat patch, and this is we're almost done here. Just have to mash through this sequence here of text. So, Whizboy, can you tell us what good cause we'll be collecting money for this marathon.
Of course I can. So we are raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a high quality of life for those already battling the disease. 95% of your donation will go straight towards the Dutch Cancer Society, and the other 5% will help BSG improve for future marathons.
We got Howdy, we got Dexter. Dexter has a cool animation with his bow tie. And well, they kind of made up Howdy thought out Dexter, but they get in battle once again over Pashmina. It's a matter of rivalry, and this they're just arguing all the time. It happens across the Hamtaro games and cartoon. I don't understand why Hamtaro automatically walks up to Dexter right here, but we'll just be heading out and be collecting our next hamsters. So let's take this one back to school. We'll be going to Sunflower Elementary. There are 2 hamsters over here once again. We'll need an additional we need some additional chats in order to pass through. We need to trigger this. So let's head inside. There's also a vendor inside we'll be returning to later. But he only sells the thing we need after triggering a little side quest we have to do. This poor hamster has eaten a bit too much, and he's saying something about wanting flour. Well, I know from my casual playthrough that he's referring to the sunflower tea they're selling inside this school. But in order to collect it, in order to get the flower tea towards this hamster, we need something to, well, huff puff it in, to put it in, and this little sequence triggers the wares you can buy at the vendor, and now we can buy the bottle in order to get some sunflower tea. And of course, this is the same shady dealer as always, Hamswap. It's also a bit steep. It's 50 sunflower seeds. Luckily, we have collected plenty. Only big disadvantage is that this bottle is actually broken. There's a hole in it, so we're gonna have to fix that. Before we can do that, we have to collect an additional chat and our first ham inside this school. So, this game was released in 2000-2001. It's the last Game Boy Color game actually released in Europe, if I remember correctly. So it's really late. It's been released really late into the Game Boy Color life cycle. And it does actually make reference to modern technologies such as computers and the internet. Because even Hamtaro can go on the internet here. Let me demonstrate that to you. We'll turn on the computer. And we're on Hamtaro.com, and we learn our next ham chat. We need this chat to trigger to get the second hamster inside this school. But we'll get to him later. First, let's get our first ham. There's a workshop inside the school where you can do a lot of carpentry and fixing stuff. And our do-it-all, fix-it-all hamster is Panda, who's working over there. He's really easy to collect. You can collect him as soon as you get inside the school. It's just a matter of talking to him. However, the reason I did all of that before picking him up is because he can actually fix my bottle. And it has another big advantage, because I can talk to him here, ask him to fix my bottle, and he'll take me back to Sunflower Elementary Workshop, and we can progress from there on. So that saves me all the travel and walking I would have to do on my own. Because you could pick up Panda first, but then you would have to do all the bottle collecting stuff, get back to the clubhouse, and then get back here again. Which is rather inefficient, so doing it like this is definitely the fastest way of doing that. And he fixes our bottle. Looks really cool how he fixed it in the item menu. You see this band-aid. It'll hold the tea, I'm pretty sure of that. So, before we can collect our second ham, we need to get that hamster who was feeling a little bit ill out of the way. And for that we need the sunflower tea, which we can get over here. So, we'll greet the tea owner shop. And we'll ask him if he can put something in the bottle. And there we go. We're getting some tea. Because even hamsters like tea, apparently. I'm really surprised that they make notebooks and bottles in hamster size. Or hammers and tools, for that matter. Tea is a little bit hot, but that should be fine. So, with that, let's get that hamster out of the way. Before we can get to our next ham, you may have already heard a different song in the room that hamster was in. Well, our next hamster is a bit of a musician. So, let's meet our musician over here. Because here's Jingle. Jingle is a little bit sad. Because he has a bit of a writer's block. And he doesn't know what to write a song about for his performance. Luckily, we know what every musician should write about. Because the only proper thing to write about a song about is love. And that inspires Jingle, and he joins us back to the clubhouse. So with Jingle collected, we only have 2 more hamsters to go. I can tell you a little bit about our next set of hamsters already. There's Stan and Sandy. Stan and Sandy are twins. One of them is a boy, one of them is a girl. You can keep them apart because Sandy has a ribbon on her tail. So, Sky Garden. Sky Garden has this roof terrace you need to get to. Whoops, I keep selecting the wrong one here. It's fine. Because you need to climb, first need to get to the next area, and for that you need to roll from top of that pillar over there. And in order to unblock the roof entrance, you need to do a couple of things. You need to get this monkey out of the way and then check the rain pipe over here. This is the bananas we picked up in Sunflower Elementary. Monkey wants us to leave him alone until he's done eating, and we have to climb this pipe, so we have to trigger this banana split take. But unfortunately, the pipe is blocked. However, that does unlock the other entrance to the roof, which is right over here. Whoops. Forgot about the cat. If you get close to it, the cat glares at us and we get scared into the right tile. We also need this Hamchat in order to get another Hamchat on the roof, which is vital in order to get Stan. Because both Stan and Sandy are actually on the roof. But in order to do so, Stan will be chasing her. Stan is a bit of a flirt, so he'll be chasing around girls, sunbathing on the roof. And he'll, if you enter the next screen, then he'll go to the next screen, and if you go from the other side, he'll go to the next screen in counterclockwise order. So we need to do something. The route we choose on this roof is very specific because of that. We need to talk to this hamster in order for us to get to be tasked with getting a strawberry juice for her. That'll come into play a little bit later. First of all, we're gonna check this hamster playing some golf, apparently. Yeah, he's inside a golf hole. I mean, you think it's a bit strange. But he says golf is the only way to be a stylish hamster. And we need this specific Hamchat in order to get yet another Hamchat. It's really specific to the order in which we have to do things. If we tell this hamster he's stylish, he teaches us the cooperate Hamchat, and the cooperate Hamchat is what we'll use in order to get Stan. We get Stan, because we'll be getting Sandy first. Yeah, I'm on a really decent pace. I'll be going roughly 10 minutes under, judging from my timer. So we'll be getting the strawberry juice, and the strawberry juice is exactly what you want, so the waiter will be away for a little bit. The thing is, in order to get to Sandy, we need to cross this bridge, but we can't cross the bridge because the water current is a bit too high. But we can remove the current by pulling the plug here, because it's being caused by a fountain. The statue on the left in the screen. But we turned it off, so we can go collect Sandy. Stan was walking over here, and you see he's walking towards the next screen. Oh well. We'll worry about him a little bit later. First we gotta talk to Sandy. And Sandy's really curious how we got here, so we tell her we pulled the plug. And we tell her that everyone is looking for them. But she says that her brother is lollygagging again. But she joins us anyways, and and she tells us that we're gonna look for her brother. In order, however, to Stan will keep walking around, and Sandy will be coming from the wrong side. However, if you tell her to cooperate, then she'll stay put, and then all we have to do is chase Stan towards that screen, and we're done. So the way we're gonna do that is by approaching the screen Stan is in from the other side, and that will reverse his a walking pattern, and he'll be heading over right towards Sandy. So, whoops, I overmeshed a little bit. But that's we got Stan. We got our last 2 hams. Well, technically no, because we're asked to collect 13 hamsters. So we have 1 more hamster to collect. So which would that be? Well, I can tell you really soon. Get ready on time, by the way. It'll be soon. Because the one hamster we were still looking for was ourselves. We were also one of the hams. So boss shows us this new dance hall. Like I said, you can use songs in this game. And well, we're asked to party, so get ready. Time. So that's Hamtaro Hamams Unite for that. My current official PB is was a 54 10 seconds. So this is almost a 5-minute PB. I'm really satisfied that I got it sub 50. World record is 44 minutes, I think, but they used the Japanese version because obviously Japanese text is faster. I'll maybe try the Japanese version soon. But for now, I'd say I hope you enjoyed my run. This was my last run for this marathon. Enjoy the meme block. I'll hand it over back to the host. See you later.
Thank you for that amazing run, Boxmeister. Upcoming next is Hello Kitty Roller Rescue, 80% by Double Double.